Friends, welcome to Joint Venture Accounts, BCom first year, second semester, Financial Accounting 2, Unit 3, Joint Venture Accounts. First video, we understood about definition, features, advantages, and disadvantages. Second video, we are understanding about the difference between joint venture and consignment, difference between joint venture and partnership. Okay, students, we move to so it is a cooperation between two people, or it's not a cooperation, joining the two people for a particular venture is called as a joint venture. Students, so in this chapter, we are going to understand all this. So our chapter is divided into 8 videos. Video 1, which we already completed, that is definition, features, advantages, and disadvantages. Video 2, which is going to learn difference between joint venture, consignment, joint venture, and partnership. Video 3 is steps for formation of joint venture and clauses of joint venture. Video 4, method of recording joint venture accounts with one example problem. Journal entries as well as the methods of recording joint venture. Later, one example. Okay, next video 5 is journal entries in one co-venture, problem number 1 and 2. Sixth video is journal entries in the books of all co-venturers, problem number 3 and 5. And the seventh video is journal entries when separate set of books are maintained, problem number 6 and 7. Eighth video is memorandum joint venture account, which is recording all journal entries in the books of all co-venturers. Okay, video 1 is over. This is video 2. Definition is it's a temporary partnership. More than 2 persons are engaged for a particular business for short term or for seasonal duration. So when 2 persons are joined together out of a specific temporary or seasonal business venture, shared profits and losses on an agreed basis, it is called joint venture. Look at Ram is having his own work, Ram also is having own work, but the two people are joined for a venture called as a joint venture accounts. These are the venues possible for taking up joint venture business. Those are engineering and construction, oil and gas, real estate, agribusiness, and other industries. Pharmaceutical industry will be taken as example in others. Not only that, pharmaceutical also we can take it as. Features, more than 2 people for a particular venture or project. Name is not required, is temporary in nature, and co-venturers will share profits at agreed ratio. If there is no agreement, then the profits are shared equally. Coming to the advantages, 2 or more people are joining together, so resources are sufficient or more. So more people are joined together, expertise and ability will be advantage. Risk is spread over the co-venturers. That's why risk is decreased or reduced. Possible of doing more types of business. Productivity and profits will increase. Disadvantages is for bringing the relationship among the co-venturers, it takes time as well as more efforts are required. And partners are differ with each other. Sometimes there is a a gap between communication that may affect the organization. So, imbalance of share capital means one person contributed 50 crores, other person contributed 30 crores. Person who contributed 50 crores will has its own business. Sometimes expertise. One person is layman, other person is experienced person. Investment may cause friction in between the partner. So possible of difference, that is capital contribution, expertise, and investment. So people with different cultures, different style of business, and possible of miscommunication and misunderstanding between them leads to poor cooperation. Lack of assuming responsibility by partners may lead to collapse the business. So this is depends upon the all the success of joint venture depends upon the all co-venturers. So one person should not think that he is doing and he will take care. Everybody is having his own responsibility. So all people are felt equally. Business may be success, but they don't felt responsible. It may collapse. Communication between the partners may affect the business. Poor communication losses. More communication, effective communication, causes and possible of dissolving the misunderstandings and differences. Now the point which we are going to discuss, that is a difference between joint venture and consignment. So in joint venture, parties to the agreement are known as co-venture. So in joint venture, parties are called as co-venturers. In consignment, only two parties are there. Who are they? Consigner and consign. Joint venture parties are co-venturers. Consignment parties are consignee and consigner. Compensation. Co-venturers are the partners in the venture and share profit and losses of the venture. So all the four co-venturers are executing the venture. They share profit and losses among them. But in the case of consignment, profit is to consignee, commission, profit is to consigner, commission is to consign. So profit compensation is means remuneration for doing the business will goes to all co-venturers, but remuneration point of view or compensation point of view, consigner will take profit, consignee will get a commission. Relation. Each co-venturer is a partner as well as an agent of other co-venturers. One should abide the rules and regulations of co-venture, joint venture, as well as to be agent for the other co-venturers. So here principal is a consigner and agent is consignor. There is a relationship between consigner and consignee is like principal and agent. So he will send the goods and he will consignee will sell the goods. The relationship between co-venturers is as a agent. He is a partner as well as the agent to the other co-venturer. But in case of consignment, consignee is agent and consigner is principal. Termination. The relationship of co-venturers comes to an end when the venture is completed. Exactly. If the road work is completed, the short-term co-venture is closed. There is no, after the venture is closed, profits were distributed and there is no relationship between the co-venturers. But unless the goods are sold, where the relationship of consignor and consignee continues until terminated by the parties. So they had an agreement to sell the goods and either consignor to be rejected or consignor to be cancelled of the agentship. Then only the relationship is cancelled. That is relationship. Parties, compensation, relation, and termination. Okay. Next one, investment. Co-venturers are usually contribute towards the capital of the venture. So the co-venturers first they will join and they will introduce the amounts. But a consignee does not contribute towards the capital. What consignee will do? Consignee will pay some amount as advance against the stock received. But in case of co-venturers, A, B, C, D are the co-venturers. A will contribute 1 lakh, B will contribute 1 lakh, C will contribute 1 lakh in the form of money. And a person who is having the similar business, he may contribute material also, stock also. Okay, that is investment. Then coming to the rights, co-venturers enjoy equal rights as partners. In case of rights, all the co-venturers are having equal rights. They can control the business, they can run the business, they can participate in voting rights or participate in the meetings and amend the partnership and also ask to contribute more amount by other co-venturers. So they had the equal rights. All the co-venturers are having equal rights in joint venture. But in case of consignee, he is an agent. He doesn't have any right. What is his job? He will receive the goods from consignor and send the goods, sell the goods on behalf of consignor. For that, he will receive commission. He is an agent. And the people in joint venture are co-venturers with equal rights as partners, but the consignor is a master and consignee is an agent. Consignee is not having any right ownership. Co-venturers are owners of their venture. But consignment, the consignor is the owner, not the consignee. So if the joint venture business is there, all the co-venturers are owners of the joint venture business. A, B, C, D, all are the, according to their proportion, they had their ownership. But in case of consignment, one consignor is having the right on his stock, even though it is at the consignee place. So, who is the owner? Consignor is the owner. But consignee is not a owner. He is a agent who will work for consignor, who is his master or principal. Okay, so that is the difference between consignment and joint venture. Parties in joint venture, parties are called as co-venturers, and in consignment they are called as consignor and consignee. Compensation, co-venturers receive profit or loss as a compensation for joint venture, and while the consignee is a never partner in that, so he will receive compensation as commission for acting as an agent. Relationship, co-venturers have the relationship like partners and as the agent of other co-venturers. While the consignee is the agent who is principal, is a consignor. That's all. So relationship is in consignment, the relationship is principal and agent, and joint venture, the relationship is one is agent to the other co-venturers. Termination. Co-venturers, joint venture comes to an end when the venture is completed. But the relationship between consignor and consignee continue till terminated by parties. Either consignor to be cancelled or consignor to be cancelled. Okay, next one is investment. So co-venturers usually contribute towards the capital of the venture. All the co-venturers will contribute money or goods. But consignee does not contribute money to consignment. He will pay advance and he will receive goods. He He will sell the goods and receive commission. That's all. He is not a partner. He is not a co-venturer. That's why he won't contribute any money to joint venture, to consignment account. Rights. Co-venturers enjoy equal rights as partners, but consignee is an agent to consigner. That's all. Co-venturers are having equal rights in the business, but consignee is not having any right in the business. He is strictly an agent who will work for commission. Ownership. Co-venturers are the owners of the business. But the consignment, in the consignment, consignor is the owner, but not the consignee. So this is difference between consignment and joint venture. Okay, next we will understand consignment and partnership. So before that, try to understand a small different explanation about partnership. Like joint venture, more parties are there, more than two parties are there, and also agree to share the profit and losses equally or mutually. That is called as a partnership. In this, the members are called as a partners, and they are collectively referred to as a firm. So all the partners are called as a partnership firm. Look at the partnership firm features. This is an association of two or more individuals. Partnership is an association of two or more individuals. Agreement between the partners for carrying on business. They had a partnership deed with the separate clauses are there. So all the partners have to sign on the partnership deed. That is called agreement. Business to be carried on by all or anyone on behalf of all the partners. In this, either one partner can continue the business or run the business called as active partner, and also maybe all partners will also take part in continuation of business or running the business. Partners are sharing the profit and losses at a agreed ratio. In the partnership deed, they will mention at what ratio they are going to share profit and losses. The liabilities of the partners are unlimited. So there the partnership or the relationship ends. In joint venture, relationship ends when the venture is completed. But here, the liabilities of the partners will continue till the close of the firm. So their liabilities are unlimited. If the firm is closed and if there is any dues to outsiders, outsiders can sue the properties of firm itself, owners, partners itself. Okay, suppose then 100 crores partnership firm is there, that was closed. So 80 crores has to be, 50 crores has to be paid to outsiders. Now outsiders move to the court. Then court asked to value the assets. Assets are 30 crores only. So remaining 50 crores can be taken from the assets of the partners. That's why liabilities of the partners are unlimited, not limited to their shares. There can be a minimum 2 members in partnership firm. Maximum limit business to business will difference. If it is banking 10, other than banking 20 people. Partners are held liable for the act done in the name of the partnership firm. Okay, whatever the assurance you are giving on your firm capacity, you are liable to accept that one or execute that. Okay, this is partnership. Just for understanding purpose. Now we are taking the difference between partnership firm and joint venture. Some of the partnerships were taken for your reference. Walmart and Children's Miracle Network. Okay, so Walmart joined with the Children's Miracle Network. So in children's medical network, people that is orphanage maybe. So Walmart will support to the children at the children's medical network. We can say both are having a joint partnership, and the money will be contributed by the Walmart for this children's medical network. Another one is Subway and the American Heart Association. Okay, I don't saw any American Heart Association at Subway, but you people have experience of visiting the Subway. Find out. Have you saw this logo among at the stores? So here it is. The agreement is American Heart Association has to certify the Subway food. Usually, Subway will supply the burgers, pizzas, and all these, and those may be cause for heart disease, or those may be cause for heart diseases. So, with the help of this certification, and it is treating that those are not harmful. They would like to mean like that. Okay. PepsiCo, Smart Sports, National Council of Law, La Raza, National Urban League. These are having the partnerships for promotion. And one more is a present trend we can understand. GSK and AstraZeneca. Both are Canadian pharmaceutical gains, and they are joined hands for the manufacturing of drugs. Manufacturing of drugs for less cost itself. So these are the few partnerships for understanding. If you Google it, you can find many also. Then look at the differences between joint venture and consignment. So joint venture is limited. Partnership time period is not limited. It is an ongoing process. And it is limited to specific venture, and it is not limited to specific venture carried out by two or more persons as per mutual understanding. Then joint venture is also carried out by two or more persons. So joint venture is limited to specific period. Partnership is not limited to any specific period. Joint venture is limited to specific venture. Partnership is not limited to any specific venture. It can continue. Joint venture is run by two or more persons. Partnership also run by two or more persons, but there are restrictions in members. Banking 10 members, other members are 20. So that is scope of the joint venture and partnership. Then coming to the persons involved. The parties carrying on business in the form of joint venture are called as co-venturers. So people who are in joint venture are called as co-venturers, and the parties are people who are in partnership are called as partners. Ascertainment of profit and losses. The joint venture ascertain the profits or losses at the end of a specific venture on an interim basis. For each venture, they will calculate profit. But in the partnership, it is distributed annually. So the profit is calculated annual basis, financial year starting to ending. Later accounts are audited, and based on that they will find out the profit. But here profit is calculated according to the venture itself, according to the venture. And government law, there is no specific law to regulate the joint venture. Even the people, anybody can join together to execute any work for small. This is summer. You can buy the watermelons in Rajasthan and bring to Hyderabad. Okay, you can supply to different markets. That job is for only 2 months or 1 month. That's all. Later you take profits and enjoy remaining 10 months. You can. Okay, that is. And in the partnership form, it is governed under the Partnership Act 1932. 1932. Okay. These are the differences between joint venture and consignment. Name. No specific name is required for the joint venture, but a name should be identified and registered with the partnership form name. The form. Accounting may or may not be maintained a separate set of books. May or may not maintain a separate set of books. The duration of the venture is very less. Depends upon the work. So for that they maintain the records or they may not maintain the records. They maintain one co-venturer will maintain or all the co-venturers may maintain. Separate set of books can be maintained. That is depends upon that. But in case of consignment, separate set of books to be maintained. Method of accounting, liquidation accounting. Accounting is done ongoing concern. Liquidation accounting means once the term is completed, venture is completed, all the assets and liabilities were assets are liquidated and they will close the business. That's why it is called liquidation accounting. But there is a opening stock and closing stock in accounting. Opening balance of bank, closing balance of bank is there in partnership accounting because it is on going concern concept. It is running on going concern concept. Competition. Co-insurance can be in competing for business. No such restriction is placed on them unless the restriction is incorporated in joint venture agreements. Suppose two co-venturers are joined hands for laying road and one more contract is waiting for and one co-venturer can go out and take on his own without consulting the so there is no restriction like that. But in the joint venture agreement, if the similar project is there without consulting the present co-venturers, he cannot take up that co-venture that venture, then it may be restricted. In partnership, partners are not generally allowed to be in competing business. Suppose you people and myself is running a bank, then I cannot come out and I cannot start another of my own banking business. Even I am joined hands with you as a partner in running a bank, and I cannot open my own bank in outside other than the present partnership. Law restricted like that. If I want to start a banking business, then I have to come out from you and start the banking business on my own. So that is called competition. Purpose. It is a terminable profit seeking venture. Okay. So joint venture is terminated very short time, but partnership is a continuous profit seeking enterprises. Okay. Partnership is a continuous, joint venture is a short term. Okay, students, look at the some of the joint ventures. Right, best joint ventures in the world: Siemens AG and Nokia Corporation, Cadbury, Chocolates, Audi, Caradigm, Nissan and Pfizer. Pfizer is a company which is manufacturing vaccines also. Dow and Corning. Sony is different, Ericsson is different. Their joint venture is Sony Ericsson. We are looking at in electrical goods and some other. MX Samsung Oil and Gas LLC Limited Liability Partnership, I think. Cosmotech, Saudi Batnal Company. These are the 10 best joint venture companies in the world itself. Okay, you can see those. So what we learned in video, only two concepts. One is a joint venture between consignment and joint venture, difference between consignment and joint venture. And later, difference between partnership and joint venture. Difference between joint venture and consignment. And the next one is difference between joint venture and consignment account. Okay, students, hope you understood. We'll go to next video, that is process of joint venture and clauses in joint venture. Process of joint venture and clauses of joint venture. Till then, bye. Take care. If you want to see again these slides, you can. Joint venture and consignment, parties, compensation, relation, termination, investment, ownership. And in case of partnership, scope, persons involved, attainment of profit or loss, governing law, name, accounting, method of accounting, compensation, purpose. Students, bye.